Well, good evening, everybody. It is 6 o'clock on Monday. I just forgot what day of the month it was, August 9th. And Yeah, I'm here for sermon thoughts. My name is TJ Terry, and I am the executive director of operations right here at Water's Edge Church. I am excited to jump in and to take just one quick step at highlighting a key sermon thought from my perspective from yesterday's message. And yesterday, our lead pastor, Stu Hodges, again, it's so great to have him back, spoke on part 2 of our brand new sermon series, The 18th Mile. Now, if you didn't get a chance to check it out yesterday, don't worry. You can still watch it tomorrow night or Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can also find the message, one of the versions of our message from Sunday on our Facebook page, as well as on our Water's Edge Church YouTube channel. You can also find it if you go to messages on our website. Each of those are ways that you can see the service. But I'll be honest with you, participating in the service when it's live with others, absolutely the best way, both to connect with others and to dive deeper into the message. Sometimes seeing someone's chat reaction online and seeing how a verse or a statement Pastor Stu has made really hits them can only reinforce that, only anchor that in your heart. So don't just give in to the watching it on demand, the Netflix mindset. I'll watch it when I want, where I want, how I want. There's such a gift in live, participating live with others as you're processing through, as you're worshiping, as you're gaining truth from Pastor Stu's message. And yesterday, just a glimpse, Pastor Stu shared that complaining is the precursor to quitting, is the pathway to quitting. And Pastor Stu asked in the message, everyone in the room to raise their hand if they are prone to complaining, if they have the propensity to complain. And he also made a joke that if anybody that didn't raise their hand in the room had a propensity for lying because they just lied by not raising their hands, I think we could all get sucked into complaining, right? If you've ever complained or quit in your life, just drop an emoji in the chat. Just drop an emoji in the chat if you've ever complained. That means everybody that's watching should be dropping emoji in the chat. Or if you're complaining, you're sharing concerns, let your heart move you toward quitting something that is essential or important or is material in your life. And it's funny because as I was watching Pastor Stu's message, hi Marie. As I was watching Pastor Stu's message yesterday, it reminded me of a season of life. And over the years, I've had the chance to lead a handful of medium-term, short-term, long, medium-term mission trips. And the training that we would take our trip participants through would talk about a lot of things, but would talk about two key pieces that on mission, right? You could say on a mission trip. I'm just going to say on mission, that there is no room for complaining and there's no room for sarcasm. No room for complaining and no room for sarcasm. Now, here's the reasons why. One, sarcasm doesn't generally translate well over languages or over the context of different countries and cultures. So because of language barriers and differences in culture, sarcasm doesn't generally translate well. And so we were always telling our trip participants and leaders ourselves, if we heard someone being sarcastic, we would stop them and we would remind them to avoid sarcasm. What we would also do is, regardless of how difficult the transition could be from our culture to the culture of the country we were in, we would ask them to avoid complaining, because in the context of that country, though the meal that we're eating may be less than their normal standards, it would be a blessed gift to someone in that country. Does that make sense? Like your low bar, this is no better than McDonald's, could be a 4-course 3-star meal in their mindset. And oftentimes the meals we were having on mission were so much better than what the locals were able to eat, so much so that we would eat in environments where we weren't still immersed in the culture, so as not to create um, a lesser feeling or guilt, even as a part of experiencing the food that we were experiencing. So when we were on mission as mission trip leaders, we would coach our teams, we would challenge our teams to avoid complaints, regardless of how small that plane is, how hot that airport is, how much they don't like the food, because of the impact it could have on their testimony, the impact it could have on moving God's kingdom forward as a part of being on mission. And then second, you got to remove sarcasm. So as Pastor Stu was talking yesterday, and as I was watching the message, I kept hearing the mantra that we as mission trip leaders would have with regards to trip participants, and saying, hey, that sounds like sarcasm. We don't do sarcasm on a mission trip. That sounds like complaining. We don't do complaining on a mission trip. So I have a question for you. First, you could be saying, hey, I'm not on a mission trip. Are you? Are you on mission? So my challenge to you as a part of Pastor Stu's message yesterday is, if you are on mission, and you are, maybe I should say it like this: since you are on mission, stop complaining. There's no room for it. Since you are on mission, sarcasm is the gateway to complaining, the way complaining is the gateway to quitting. So remove sarcasm from your vernacular. Don't do it. It's a way for you to complain in jest. It's a way for you to use that as a first step towards the slippery slope that could very well be quitting something that God has called you to and called you into. And I can say this, for the people that were on mission, on those mission trips, that did a healthy job, did a good job of avoiding sarcasm and complaining, I know this: they were blessed so much more in the experience they had on that mission trip than they ever would have been if they hadn't avoided complaining and sarcasm as a part of being on mission. I believe that the mission that God has called you to, the mission you are on, will be only deeper felt by you, will only be easier to rejoice in the good times and the bad times and the blessings and the curses if you're able to say, not on mission, I'm not complaining, I'm not going to be sarcastic. And we should do that out of joy. We should do that out of compulsion, because of the gifts, all the blessings that God has given us, right? So I'm just going to challenge you, stay on mission. And on mission, we avoid sarcasm and we do not complain. It only impacts our testimony. It only impacts the ways that we will be used by God to move God's kingdom forward. Well, thank you guys for joining me. And don't forget, if you weren't able to catch yesterday's message, there's still time to catch it this Tuesday night, tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Thursday. And here's the thing. I guarantee you, if you watch tomorrow night and you watch Thursday, even if you watched on Sunday, there will be more truth that God will reveal to you as a part of participating in our live stream service. My email is, I'm just kidding. If I am wrong and you ever see me, or I'm leading daily devotionals or something like this, and you tell me that God did not speak to you more by participating live in one of our services, I probably won't apologize, and I'll probably push back. Because I absolutely believe that as truth is revealed, our hearts open to the work that God has to do with us, in us, and through us. Please, if you do not do so, follow us on our Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and jump on that website. Every time we post something like this, if you're a subscriber, you'll find out about it. If you're a follower, you'll see it in your feed. And we absolutely want to be a part of your daily faith rhythm. Thank you guys so much. It was great to talk to you, and have a great night.